Hi, everyone. Okay, we have some more symbols we're going to talk about today. This is really cool. We're going to be talking about our American flag. While we're reading this, I really want you to listen for facts that you have maybe learned before about our flag, or even some new facts that you have never heard of before. Because when we're done with this, we're going to do something called interactive writing and do a little bit of writing together about the American flag. So it's going to be pretty cool, okay? So be listening for some facts. And this story is by Mary Firestone. I'm Mary Pickersgill. I sewed one of the most famous flags in the history of the United States. The country's national anthem was written about it. The U.S. flag has gone through many changes over the years. Here is its story. Why do countries have flags? Countries around the world use flags as symbols. The U.S. flag is a symbol of freedom and patriotism. It is also a symbol of the country's land and people. During the Revolutionary War, soldiers from the American colonies carried all kinds of flags into battle. They didn't have one official flag, and because of that, soldiers often didn't know who was a friend and who was an enemy. So it'd be confusing. Are you good guys? I don't know. Are you good guys? What about you? What about you? That would be very tricky. One common flag. In 1775, Benjamin Franklin suggested that the American colonies use one common flag. Soon they all agreed to fly the Grand Union flag. This flag had 13 red and white stripes. Each stripe stood for one of the 13 colonies. The flag also had a small British Union flag in the canton. A canton is the upper left section of a flag. So it's that part of the flag where the design's a little different. So you would see stars on our flag today in that area. The original 13 colonies were Virginia, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maryland, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Delaware, North Carolina, South Carolina, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, and Georgia. Not Utah. We are too far west. The first official flag. In 1777, Congress wanted the flag to look more American. They removed the British Union flag from the canton and put 13 stars in its place. Like the stripes, each star stood for one of the 13 colonies. Hey, that's a good fact. There were 13 stars for 13 colonies. This flag became the official flag of the United States on June 14th of 1777. But people wondered, how many points should the stars have? Should they be put in a circle or in rows? The country had all kinds of different flags again. Ugh. The second official flag. Each time a new state was added to the United States, a stripe and a star were added to the flag. By 1794, the flag had 15 stars and 15 stripes. About 20 years later, the military asked me, Mary Pickersgill, to sew a flag, a big one that could be seen easily from far away. They wanted to fly it over Fort McHenry during the War of 1812. Each stripe and star on my finished flag was 2 feet wide. So that means this stripe was about that long. That's how big this flag was. It is humongous. When finished, the Fort McHenry flag was 42 feet long, about equal to 7 grown men lying head to toe. Ooh, that's long. How did you sew that? That would be so hard. The Star-Spangled Banner. The British bombed Fort McHenry for 25 hours. When the smoke cleared, my beautiful flag was still flying. A lawyer named Francis Scott Key saw the flag and wrote a poem about it. The poem was later set to music, and the song became the national anthem of the United States. So our national anthem, the song that you sing before baseball games or football games, was actually a poem. And here it is. I'm not going to sing it for you because I have a terrible singing voice. And it's a hard song to sing. Back to 13 stripes. In 1818, 5 new states joined the country. Congress members knew that if they kept adding stripes and stars for each new state, the flag would be way too big. So they went back to 13 stripes, which stood for the original 13 colonies. Only a star would be added for each new state, but people still lined the stars in different ways. U.S. flag had 20 stars, which stood for the country's 20 states in 1818. So look how big those states were over here on the west. That's like right where we are, but we weren't a state yet. The flag grows. In 1912, President William Howard Taft put the flag's stars in official order. The country then had 48 states, so the flag had 6 rows of stars, with 8 stars in each row. Each star had 1 point facing up. More changes to the flag came in 1959 and 1960. 2 stars were added as Alaska and Hawaii became states. Today, the U.S. flag has 50 stars for 50 states. Ooh, that's a very good fact. 50 stars on our flag. Designed by many. The U.S. flag has changed many times since the country was born, but who designed the very first one? No one knows for sure. Some people thought it was Betsy Ross. She did make flags in 1776, but probably not the first U.S. flag. Francis Hopkinson, a congressman from New Jersey, said he designed the first flag, but Congress finally agreed that not just one person, but many people designed the flag. Showing respect. The U.S. government has special rules about the flag. For example, the flag should fly only during the day, unless it's in a well-lit place, such as a stadium. When the national anthem is played, people should stand, take off their hats, and face the flag. The flag should not touch the ground. It should not fly in bad weather either. All of these rules are part of the U.S. flag code. Now, if you're in Boy Scouts, I don't know about Girl Scouts, maybe Girl Scouts, because I was never in Girl Scouts, but Boy Scouts, they learn all about the U.S. flag code, which is pretty cool. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the U.S. flag. More than 200 years, it has been a symbol of Americans' freedom and patriotism. Fly it proudly. Now, there are some more facts about the flags. So it says the U.S. flag has many nicknames. Some people call it the Stars and Stripes. Others call it the Star-Spangled Banner, Old Glory, and the Red, White, and Blue. Hey, those are good facts. Ooh, lots of nicknames. Today, the Fort McHenry flag rests in the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. A curtain protects it from light and dust. Visitors can view the flag for only a few moments, once every hour when the curtain is pulled back. Guess what? I have seen it. The flag is humongous and so old. There's a bunch of people trying to make it so they're trying to fix it and sew it back together, but it's so old that it's starting to fall apart, and you can't have light around it because the light will ruin it. It's really interesting. They made us turn all the flashes off with our phones and our cameras because the flash and the light ruins the flag. Isn't that crazy? They had it on this huge table, and everybody in that room had to wear protective clothing. So it was like a gown or something that a nurse or a doctor would wear. And they had face masks on and everything to try and protect the flag. It was pretty cool. Here's another fact. On August 3rd, 1949, President Harry S. Truman made June 14th National Flag Day. It's pretty cool. All right. So I learned some pretty cool things about the American flag. I bet your teacher wants to hear some of those things. Listen to your teacher for new instructions. Thanks, everyone.